If you're a JavaScript developer, I have some bad news. Put down your artisanal soy milk latte and find a safe space, because yesterday a precision-guided remote access Trojan was discovered in Axios, a library with over 100 million weekly downloads. For over a decade, developers have turned to Axios for HTTP requests, but now that improved developer experience just turned into a backdoor Trojan. The malicious versions are 1.14.1 and 0.30.4. These were published after a maintainer account was compromised. It targets macOS, Windows, and Linux. It is a bad one. So why is Axios still used by 100 million developers every week when the Fetch API exists natively? Because Axios just works better. It automatically parses JSON, handles 4xx and 5xx errors properly, supports interceptors for auth headers and retry logic, and works identically in Node and the browser. Fetch technically does all of this too, but you have to wire it all up yourself, and the ergonomics are genuinely worse. That is why Axios has 101 million weekly downloads and has held that position for over a decade. That trust is exactly what made it such a valuable target. Here is how the attack worked. First, an Axios maintainer's NPM credentials were stolen, almost certainly through phishing or a credential dump. No two-factor authentication was enabled. That single account had full publish rights to the package. The attackers used it to push two malicious versions simultaneously, 1.14.1 targeting the latest branch, and 0.30.4 targeting the legacy branch. Any project that ran npm update or npm install without pin versions could silently pull in either one. The malicious versions introduce a hidden transitive dependency, which acts as the delivery mechanism for the RAT. And this RAT is cross-platform. It runs on macOS, Windows, and Linux. It phones home to a command and control server at sfrclack.com. The incident started on the 31st of March, 2026 at 1:50 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. And I am not exaggerating about how bad this is. If your system is compromised, the rat could already have access to your AWS credentials, your OpenAI API keys, and everything else in your .env file. It reads your environment variables and ships them to the attacker's command and control server. That means your AWS access keys, your database passwords, your Stripe Live keys, your JWT secrets, all of it. And once those are out, the attacker can spin up thousands of EC2 instances on your bill, drain your S3 buckets, run up your OpenAI API charges, or just wait. Because the rat is persistent, it survives reboots. It will keep running until you actively find and remove it. This is a critical severity incident. So here's the playbook. First, check your Axios version. Run npm list axios, or check your packagelock.json. If you are on 1.14.1 or 0.30.4, you need to act immediately. Second, downgrade to a safe version. Version 1.8.4 is the last known clean release on the 1.x branch. Third, and this is important, rotate every secret in your .env file. Assume they have already been exfiltrated. Your AWS keys, your database password, your API keys, all of it. Rotate everything. Fourth, check your network logs for outbound connections to the C2 domain sfrclack.com. Block it at your firewall. If you have already seen connections to that domain, you have a bigger problem and you need to treat it as a full incident response. The broader lesson here is about supply chain security. This is not the first time a popular NPM package was hijacked, and it will not be the last. The fix is not to stop using open source dependencies. It is to use them more carefully. Lock your dependency versions. Enable two-factor authentication on every NPM account in your organization. Audit your transitive dependencies, not just your direct ones. And never blindly run npm update in production. Supply chain attacks are one of the most effective attack vectors in modern software because they abuse trust. Trust you have built up in a library over years. And once that trust is weaponized, it is devastating. Stay safe. If this video helped, subscribe for more security breakdowns and CS fundamentals.